Hello and welcome to all the ghouls and vampires out there. I'm Joe, here with me is my co-host Dan.
Hello and greetings.
And today we're going to be kind of starting a new podcast on the channel, Horror Talks, where we're just going to kind of amble around and discuss things real quickly for 5 minutes. One certain topic of horror. Mostly it's going to be a particular film or idea in a film. So I figured we'd start with a bit of a cult classic of sorts. Well, not really a cult, but it's a classic. Friday the 13th, Part 1. And not the remake, the original. And one of the problems I found with the movie, looking back, and I think we've talked about this before, is Pamela Voorhees. Now, she's well acted. She's clearly insane, but she's not introduced until the end. Now, I know this kind of works from a slasher perspective, and they were able to later with the Jason movies make it work really well, but how well does it work on its own? And I don't think it does. Because the problem is we have a mystery killer going around killing everyone, and in one shot you could clearly see one hand belongs to that of a man. They probably should have had the killer wearing gloves. But on the other hand, Pamela, while she's a great villainess, I would have liked had they introduced her sooner and just had, this smothering old lady like, oh dear, you're not eating right. You ought to eat more. Just mom. Basically just be mom to everyone. And where they crack jokes about how motherly she is. Which would add another air of creepiness. So if ever they were to remake this properly, I'd want them to go with someone who's probably a little older. I don't want them to we'll choose a supermodel. No, you go with someone who's put on a bit of weight, who's a little dumpy now, who's like 50 years old, and or nearing 60, and you have her just be utterly motherly to everyone, and just kind of move in a way like Pamela does, and just have her be like a suburban mom to everyone, and where she's just, you're like, oh well, she's harmless. That harmless old lady who is in those memes always saying, you look thin, you should eat more. Here, dearie, have more food. Thanks, grandma. You know what I mean? Or like grandma or mom to everyone. Just have her be like that. And have the head of the camp just say it's like, how long has she been here? Well, since I first started, and she's already like a mother to me. Where you've got lines like, where people are like, she was born a granny. Not in a disparaging way, but just in a, they're charmed by her. Because the thing is, what the culture has forgotten is that old ladies, there is a charm to them. When you have a nice old lady, when you have a shrew, it shows. Like, nobody likes being around her. But when you have a nice old lady, everybody's freaking charmed. And, it's like, I can't say no to her. Why? She's grandma.
There's a Baba Yaga feeling to it, to that description, because when Hansel and Gretel first meet her, Baba Yaga seems kind.
And then she flips out.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the idea of Pamela Voorhees. She's, in terms of archetype, she's Baba Yaga. Luring teenagers into the woods so that what can she do? She's luring children so that she might slice them up. This is a fairy tale. Or as Christopher Lee would put it, this is a fairy story. And in here, you have a wicked old witch who's luring people to their death and chopping them up. But I don't think just releasing it all of a sudden works for a movie. You need to plant hints, and you do need to have the characters show up and actually appear so that, she's the friendliest person, and then at the end you have that reveal. It would have structured the movie better, but they were too focused on the kills. Arguably, the Jason movies actually work better because we see the killer and we know who the killer is, but this movie is supposed to also be set up like a murder mystery. And the murder mystery aspect just doesn't work. It's broken. Because we didn't get to see her sooner. There's not even a proper reference to her, except that there's a camp cook. And that's it. It's not really a reference. So this element of the movie kind of fails. But it doesn't harm the character. The character is solid. She's great. But that's all we've got to discuss with you all now. So don't forget to check out our Kickstarter, which will be released on June 2nd. We're editing some sword and sorcery stories. So yes, there's going to be a horror element to them. And the link will be hopefully in the comments section. I say hopefully because we're just waiting for it to be approved for a pre-launch page. And I hope you all will also check out our Royal Road accounts. Our account has at least one great horror story. It's getting a lot of rave reviews and rave stars and whatnot. Varcola, a vampire story. And you can read our Brotherhood of the Gemstone on Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon in its entirety. Hopefully we'll soon have Varcola out with more chapters and hopefully completed after we're done with Crown of Blood. So, yeah, lots of projects. So don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button, because let's get to the next great hump and let's get over it, because, you know, the stretch goal is to get to 1,000 subs on this channel. So let's go. And we kind of need you and your blood to do it. So until next time, take care.